Assalamu alaikum. First off, I would like to point out that I am not for Trump or Harris. I don't like any of them. Okay? Before I start the rest of the video, I would just like to point that out. I'm not for Trump or Harris. She's in office right now. She's vice president. Who wants 4 more years of this? This is what we're going to get, 4 more years of this. What we already have. Because we already know that Biden is incompetent, so it's pretty much Harris running the show. There's no way I'm going to vote for her or be in support of her. And I just found it funny that, actually I just found it ridiculous that many Muslims were wanting to endorse her or vote for her, and then now realizing that, oh, maybe we shouldn't have said that in the first place.
Biden and I are working around the clock because now is the time to get a hostage deal and a ceasefire deal done. And let me be clear.
Or in other words, don't get it twisted.
I will always stand up for Israel's right to defend itself.
You heard it from her. She will always defend Israel's right to defend themselves.
And I will always ensure Israel has the ability to defend itself.
Oh, she will always make sure Israel has the ability to defend themselves. You hear that? Giving them money, giving them weapons, in order to get Hamas. And we all know good and well that is a lie. They're going after civilians. They've been doing that since day one.
Because the people of Israel must never again face the horror that a terrorist organization called Hamas caused on October 7.
We have all known for several months that Israel's claiming that Hamas is this and that. Hamas is just a ploy to destroy civilians' lives and homes and to take everything away and to take over the country that invited them in. The only country that actually allowed them to come in. No one else wanted them. But the Palestinians were nice enough, were kind enough to allow the Jewish people onto their land. Let's just remember that. The Hamas angle is just a ploy to destroy all of Palestine. That's all that is. It's been made evident for months. She is blatantly ignoring what Israel has been doing. The decades of devastation that has been happening in Palestine. Let's just ignore what Israel has been doing since the Palestinians were nice enough to invite them to the country. Let's remember what is going down. And before you think about October 7th, think about the Nakba. Think about what's going on now. Think about what's been happening since October 7th. Gaza's death toll have surpassed 40,300 as Israel forces kill 69 more Palestinians.
Including unspeakable sexual violence.
There is no solid evidence that even occurred, because many of the reports that I've been looking at from the from various news sources, people are claiming that there was evidence of possible assault occurred, but there's no proof that it actually has occurred. And if Hamas did such a thing on October 7th, wouldn't they still be assaulting women that they have as hostages. But so far, none of those female hostages have come forward and said that they've been assaulted by any of their members. There is evidence of assaulting happening to the Palestinian people. They are being stripped of their clothing, blindfolded. You can see that in pictures. You can also see in videos and stuff like that of the soldiers rummaging through women's underwear and putting on their undergarments and stuff. So if there's any assault that is happening, it is happening to the Palestinians from the Israeli military.
And the massacre of young people at a music festival.
The taking of innocent life is just horrible, period. But that does not justify Israel killing 16,480 Palestinian children, which 115 of them were babies. And so far, 35 Palestinian children have died from malnutrition and dehydration. And at least 3,500 children in Gaza are now facing risk of death due to lack of food and malnutrition.
At the same time, what has happened in Gaza over the past 10 months is devastating.
Come on now, Harris. Tell us what is happening in Gaza.
So many innocent lives lost. Desperate, hungry people fleeing for safety over and over again.
Yet she continues to fund Israel. Interesting that she doesn't tell us who they are fleeing from. She's not going to tell us that it's Israel. She's not going to say that it's the IDF soldiers that's bombing their homes and bombing every place that they were told was safe.
The scale of suffering is heartbreaking.
Evidently, it's not heartbreaking enough for her to stop giving Israel funding and weapons to harm the very people she claims that she cares about.
President Biden and I are working to end this war.
And that was a lie. August 15th, this was a headline. Incomprehensible, U.S. approves $20 billion in new arms for Israel as Gaza death toll tops 40,000. Yesterday, Israel says U.S. shipment of arms and equipment during war exceeds 50,000 tons.
Such that Israel is secure, the hostages are released, the suffering in Gaza ends.
It sounds like she is listing them off in terms of importance. First, Israel has to be secure. Then, the hostages are released. So the suffering in Gaza will be relieved only after the release of those hostages.
And the Palestinian people can realize their right to dignity, security, freedom,